Wait.
Roamer.
I don't see the synergy here, I gotta be honest with you, from side of Bigatron. They lack a burst. Sure, they have Cecilia in the late game, but
They have the keto for burst.
is it enough though? Sure, they have 1-1, they have Sicilian, but then again, it takes time in RRQ. It looks like their composition, they want to play and trust the early game. Can Bigatron handle the early game here?
Remember though, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time we're seeing weird picks from Coach Friend Dini. Back in Season 9, we saw the Diggy Odette.
Wow.
That was able to actually win a whole lot of games. So, with this composition, we're just gonna have to leave it to the hands of the players.
Yes.
Execution is gonna be number 1. Eterna, it's about time.
Take it away here. Let's go into the Land of Dawn because the final compositions have been set in stone. Bigatron Alpha as well as RRQ Hoshi. And I gotta say, you know, it was difficult, right? Because the fact that RRQ Hoshi already picked up the Diggy for themselves, if Bigatron wanted to go for a momentum-based roamer, it was basically...
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much. It's not going to be possible. So there is a possibility that because Popo and Koopa does have a source of CC, but not enough to have an impact for the time during to get popped off, maybe that's exactly what Bigatron Alpha might be playing for.
I agree. I think with that Diggy pick, it just eliminates the momentum for an Atlas pick, for a Koopa pick even. Yeah, we'll have to see here, Bigatron, how will they cover Marky?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, Key's doing a really good time at actually bullying Skylar here in that bottom lane with the fact that he's able to use the stun and have that pressure onto Skylar. And Marky here is going to be looking for the gold buff. Been already in the bush, looking for a moment to take it away, but I think this is just going to fall into the hands of Marky.
It is. And again, Skylar in the early game gonna have a tough time against this composition. The Popo and Koopa, obviously, if we take a look at it, we were looking at each other funny after that Popo and Koopa pick, but it provides a lot of good poke and is actually going to be able to fend Skylar off in the early stage, more so than Vin on the Diggy, which we all know is just such a threat in the early stage, able to poke with that time bomb constantly onto the 1-1. But right now, it does seem like BTR are winning in the early stage in the bottom side. It's all going to come down, again, I think, not to Marky. It's all going to come down to the rest of the team. If they are able to play around Marky, enable him, they're going to have a good time.
Gonna have a good time. And to add to that, I feel like with Sicilian in your composition, you really want to delay the game as long as possible. And that is what RRQs, they should worry about that. It should be their concern.
Yeah, it does seem like Marky here is going to put a lot of pressure. He is looking for those weakness points onto Skylar. Is not able to find it just yet, but enough to zone him away for him once again to be able to get this gold buff. But meanwhile here in the top side, the rest of the members, they're not standing idly by as RRQ Hoshi already quick onto the setup for the turtle and also going to take it away for themselves.
Yeah. And if you take a look at that, Valentina picks up that heavy spin. So perhaps RRQ, they are setting some things up. Valentina is already rotating bot side here, trying to aid the Vin and as well as Skylar. But Key, yeah, he needs to be aware of that.
You need to be very careful because, again, this is turning out to be a pretty solid pick. But again, we are just in the early stage, and this is where Popo and Koopa excels. RRQ Hoshi getting that objective is going to be massive for them, though. Controlling the neutral objective with the 2 winning lanes that they have up top and in the mid lane. With this, they can actually start rotating down below, putting some pressure onto the main carry of BTR. Marky on the 1-1. If he gets shut down, doesn't really seem like they can deal enough damage. I mean, in the mid-game, yeah, they're just going to have to bank on Moreno if Marky falls.
They're gonna have to bank on Moreno here, and I do feel like, I don't know, it's a very smart approach here from side of Bigatron. Against a 1-1, they opted for a pick-off composition with Diggy, with Karina, and it just disturbs the flow of that crossbow of Tang, I feel like. So once again, a good draft approach from Achil. We'll have to see, though. Bigatron will look for a fight. No first blood for the first 4 minutes.
Both teams are playing it very patiently because even though Bigatron Alpha, they're winning it in that bottom lane, it's going to be tough for Sicilian because the way that Valentina works is that she goes in very close and it's hard to hit your your bat fees, right? And so he needs to be able to stack to have the amount of damage that he can. So it's very difficult to rotate from that mid side. But meanwhile, RRQ Hoshi, they're going to go on to Sorizo here. 4v1 situation, and Sorizo will fall. First blood into the hands of R7 by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
Again, it all comes down to how creative Lemon really is on the Valentina, knowing exactly which ultimate to steal and always getting the utmost potential from the ultimate that he steals with IMU. Meanwhile here,
oh my god! Albert goes in for the retribution and actually steals that turtle away from the side of Bigtron Alpha. R7 here being the sandbag, dealing and taking a lot of damage, but he will not fall this time around, even though that crossbow of Tang was popped up. Albert here caught in a sandwich. He's going to be stuck, but instead, it's Max going down.
How does R7 keep on doing this, Gani? 1 HP escapes in game 1 and now in game 2.
It's just calculations, Miracle, and as well as mechanics. And take a look, 2 members down. RRQ Hoshi, they take no time in taking another objective. Structure down, bot side. And if we take a look at the emblems here, yeah, Beatrix taking the movement speeds. Only 1 though. He is banking on that physical attack, which he will use. So we'll have to see. It seems like it's working. Skylar already 1 kill. And RRQ, they are establishing already a healthy lead in economy. Bigatron Alpha, they have already faced a difficult task, and now it is getting difficult. More difficult.
It's getting way more difficult once again here for Sorizo, as Albert already rotating towards this top side. Sorizo is going to be anticipating that movement, but what? The snipe coming in from Skylar is actually able to chunk Key down very, very much. And he is going to force a recall here. RRQ Hoshi still setting their focus in this mid lane. They will be able to pressure them once again. But with this gold lead that RRQ Hoshi has actually fended for themselves, seeing and realizing they are going to take another turret in this top side, what have they built for themselves in terms of items?
Beatrix already with that BOD here. Take a look at 1-1. Only Corrosion. DHS will come soon. But again, there I see no potential in setting up fights. They have the Diggy Vin is always covering here, and take a look at that already. Popol and Koopa with that Molten Essence, perhaps to provide wave clear, but it's not looking good here composition-wise. Again, Albert and friends, they are just stepping up the gas. All neutral objectives will be collected, and only tier 1 in the mid side is not collapsed, and perhaps that is going to be the main focus from side of RRQ.
And like we mentioned, man, I mean, Marky just finished up the DHS, so he has the Corrosion and DHS now. 2 of the main core items that you need on a 1-1. But again, we got to talk about the Popo and Koopa pick. So far, it hasn't worked out. You need to get that early game snowball, I believe, if you want to make this Popo and Koopa work out, enabling your gold laner with the support that you have, constantly just grabbing poke in the bottom side, just like you guys can grab food right now. Again, with the discount 20,000 IDR, just use a promo code grb.to/MPLIDXgrab. Scan the QR code, works too, so just do you, man.
You do you. And again, composition-wise, RRQ, they are really playing their composition very well. They like for pickoffs, they go for pickoffs, and yeah, 1 by 1 here, structure is going to fall, but top side.
Oh, R7 here goes on for a pick, but actually misses his ultimate. He is always there in the vicinity to back him up, and R7 is able to escape for now. And Albert, he's trying to punish the members from the side of Bigatron Alpha, as Marky is going to fall. Max is next, Albert as well as Lemon already on the engage, but look at Skylar. He's already also be able to dish out the damage, and it's going to be 2 members taken down for the price of none.
Again, Miracle, we are just seeing discipline from RRQ and a very fast reaction and counter setups. Bigatron, they did try something top side, but wrong target, and again, just poor execution, I feel like.
It really felt like they were... Yeah, it really felt like it was a miscommunication. Maybe they weren't on the same boat on that play, because Marky wanted to really just commit, and Max was just... He didn't use the heavy spin. He would have gone, what the heck is that damage, Moreno?
Oh, Skylar! He's gonna be taken down with a double kill to his name. Lemon is going to be the next one as Sorizo, as well as the damage coming from Moreno, already very evident. 3 members taken down here from the side of RRQ Hoshi and Bigatron Alpha. They're looking to engage on towards this next neutral objective, understanding they have a man advantage.
Wait a minute, my goodness, did Moreno actually deal that much damage? Well, let's see.
We'll see.
Let's see here, as it is going to be Moreno dishing out the damage. Actually, Albert is able to take down Key. The Lord is actually going to be taken to the hands of Albert. He was able to steal the Lord, but now he is going to be the center focus, but not too long, as R7 is able to buy so much time in the backline. The ultimate connects onto Marky, and Marky is going to be the next one to fall. Albert looking for the next neutral objective in that buff, but what happened? I was a little lost for words for a moment, because I could feel the tension from RRQ Hoshi, and somehow, some way, RRQ Hoshi stand out on top.
Mistakes on top of mistakes for BTR, and RRQ is a team that will be able to punish every little mistake you do. Again, BTR seem to, not be on the same boat. Lord was so low, yet they go for a kill on the back, but someone's still holding the Lord, and that ended up with Albert picking up the Lord for free, and now it's just coming down all on BTR inside their own base.
The Lord already marching there in the bottom side, but look at the back piece deal, the amount of damage that it does. Vin is going to be forced to back away for now, and that is going to be a good defense, I would say, for the side of Bigatron Alpha. No inhibitor turrets have been taken down just yet, but it just feels like the calm before the storm.
Yeah, because it was calm before the storm here. And if you take a look at the items here, yeah, take a look at item from Valentino from Lemon. He built Calamity Reaper. So he wants to basic attack with what? What is going on? I haven't... Yeah, this is new. And Skylar opting for that Hunter Strike. So BOD, Malefic Roar, and as well as Hunter Strike is already in his arsenal. So more than enough damage to give towards Bigatron Alpha. Meanwhile, take a look. No physical defense items built in the Bigatron Alpha side. This is going to be nasty.
This is getting really, really scary for BTR. They've opted to even Marky opted to go for the Windtalker as a third item, so no defensive item. I do think that is the right way to go, though. Right now, it's just full glass cannon mode as they look to get R7 at the top side.
Uh-oh! He is going to get pinned down onto that wall, and he is going to be shut down here into the hands of Key, though, so they weren't feeding Marky. Unfortunately, that kill is going to go into the hands of Key, but a kill is a kill. A man advantage is a man advantage, and Bigatron Alpha, they're looking for anything that they can grab their hands onto at this stage of the game.
Yeah, a very good trade there for BTR. Again, they know that they cannot 5v5. They need to get the good trades in, just forcing 2v1s, 3v1s, fights in their favor. If it's fair, 5v5,
it's hard.
It's not hard. It's impossible for BTR to pull off right now. As if you take a look at the gold, RRQ just have so much pressure in the map, in the gold lead, and even the XP difference here. Marky level 12, Skylar level 14. They need to just keep on isolating RRQ, picking them off one by one, because they already have a very good pick-off hero. They have Akai and they have Popol. Utilize it properly with the damage that they have on Marky and Moreno to secure kills before objectives. But here it is, real-time win probability still very heavily favoring the Kings of Kings, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
And the Kings of Kings are going to be setting up for this Lord first as well. Bigatron Alpha already opening up the map here. As you can see, the positioning from Max as well as Key. But meanwhile, Sorizo is actually able to put a lot of pressure there in that top side, but it has been mirrored by R7 as well. But oh my god, Lemon here, he goes in for the impressive engage with the crossbow attack, and Sorizo gets bursted down with that damage. And now RRQ Hoshi with the man advantage, they are going to set their focus on this Lord. Will Bigatron Alpha be able to win this battle of retribution here? Vin already popping the ultimate really early on. And let's see what happens here. Big John Alpha already looking for an
Oh.
engage! Oh my god! Max is able to get that retribution, stealing it away from RRQ Hoshi. And once again, Bigatron Alpha, they still stay relevant in this game.
Massive play from BTR, and that was RRQ going for a very, very risky 50-50 for no reason. RRQ could have just zoned Max away. It wasn't their fight to force. It was BTR who had to go for the desperate maneuvers, and they did it. RRQ Hoshi now going to have to defend the Lord. They will have a very good time doing it here with Skylar still on the Beatrix and having a lot of turrets still healthy. The thing is, though, this could be the first
Momentum.
momentum for BTR to take to turn the game around.
It seems like so. I mean, Lord marches top side here. It seems like Bigatron will take a whole lot of turrets. And yeah, sure, RRQ still in the gold lead, so perhaps they will defend this no problem. But it prolongs the game and just gives more stacks to Moreno. So in the grand scheme of things, it heavily favors Bigatron Alpha, but then again, RRQ is a tough opponent to beat. Bigatron Alpha can win this game if from here and then they played a perfect game.
Let's see. This is, again, yeah, that was a good defense from RRQ Hoshi. They are able to stabilize once again, and they're keeping still the gold lead at a 5,000. The 5,000 mark. That was a good snipe by RRQ Hoshi, but right now, it's going to be the battle of macro, it seems. As we are entering that mid-stage to late-stage game, we are going to see more movements on the map, and RRQ need to stay disciplined. It seems like they've been taking a lot of fights, and Max is going to be brought back.
Albert is going to take the buff. Oh no, actually, Max is actually still able to secure it once again here, Gani.
They can't secure this. Oh, Zorizo needs to be careful here.
Zorizo needs to be careful here as Lemon as well as Albert is going to be there as well. He is able to dash away once again though, so he is able to bait a little bit of maybe opportunity that RRQ Hoshi could have seen and could have taken, but still able to stay relevant in the game.
Yeah. A lot of Thena's built from side of Bigatron, respecting the damage from Albert, Lemon, and perhaps Vin as well. Don't forget our 7, but it's so tough, right? Because Skylar, he is just building full attack, so you really also have to respect the physical output potential coming from this Beatrix. RRQ Hoshi, they are still in a rather healthy lead here, 5,000, almost 6,000 gold lead, and as of right now, Bigatron, their winning condition is to cover Marquis and as well as Moreno. If one or both players is still at full HP or healthy, they can win the team fights.
You're right. That's the big win condition for BTR right now. They just need to peel to cover for Marquis and Moreno to deal damage. Notice how Lemon took the crossbow. Tang and Key, oh my god!
Wow.
Skylar. Was that Skylar or was that the time bomb? That was a time bomb. Skylar still has his ultimate. So Finn is doing so much with this Diggy.
A lot. And
I think he has the same build as yesterday, Gani. Divine Glaive and
damage.
Genius Wand. No, Divine Glaive and Enchanted Talisman.
So for cooldown reduction and as well as penetration, we'll have to wait and see as Albert is already chunking this lore. But take a look at Max here, Tierna.
Let's take a look at Max here as he is already eyeing the prize. Will he be able to steal yet another Lord from the side of RRQ Hoshi? It does seem like this time around, Lemon is looking for an engage in the backside, but the concealed play has been popped up. And once again, Max is able to get that retribution away from RRQ Hoshi. And this is going to be Bigatron Alpha on the behind. No, on the offense. But Zorizo, he gets taken down here in a 1v4 situation. You can see that Skylar is able to dish out that burst damage. Vin gets taken down. So does Zorizo. But at what cost? Bigatron Alpha once again with that Lord.
I think it's a good trade there. BTR got the Lord, stealing it away from RRQ. And guess what? Vin was taken down. Vin is a roamer. You may say that it's not worth it for BTR, but it actually is because Vin is the main man who can actually cancel out Marquis in these team fights and Max on that heavy spin. 20 seconds on the death timers, however, that's not going to be enough time for BTR to really look for anything in the map. It's still RRQ Hoshi who are able to just recover with Vin spawning back right now. We do have a look at the items right now. Gani, anything to note?
Pablo and Koopa with that Sea Halberd. So really respecting Esmeralda and as well as Lemon. The anti-region effect comes into play from Key. But on the other side, Diggy, he opted for a full defense except for that enchanted talisman. So that is a heck a lot of damage from that just time bomb without the Divine Glaive. This Lord here that isn't evolved just yet is already taken care of. So RRQ showing that they also have the high ground with Beatrix, with as well as Lemon. Yeah, Lord.
BTR is going to have a tough time sieging
No
down
problem.
the base here against RRQ, but
Wow.
Moreno through the Athena shield, dealing that much damage onto Vin. That's massive for BTR. And again, I don't think we need to mention this, but still, it's something that you guys can note down. The later the game goes, Moreno is going to be a threat, a very, very scary threat. He keeps on stacking unlimited stacks as the game just keeps on going, as long as he is able to hit that bad impact onto the minions. And Marky too. He doesn't scale forever, but in the late stage here, looking at his build as well, he has a lot of penetration now with the Melfic Roar, and he will be able to take some damage too. He has one defensive item.
No. And taking a look at the real-time win probability presented to you by Samsung Galaxy Ace here is still heavily favoring RRQ, and for a reason. It seems like map control, their synergy, and their potential for pickoffs and team fight is far greater if you compare it to Bigatron. Sure, Bigatron can have that Cecilian as well as a 1-1, but it seems like RRQ Hoshi is still with the map control here, Mirko. But Bigatron, they are setting things up top side here. If R7 is not careful, he might get caught, but Bigatron does not commit on towards that play. Lord is up, so there you go.
The evolved Lord is finally up, and honestly, I don't really agree with the real-time win probability.
Okay.
I mean, at this stage, 20 minutes in, with the composition that Bigatron Alpha has brought with the Sicilian, it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
If RRQ Hoshi lose this, make a blunder, lose in the team fight, Bigatron Alpha can just go in for that one sweep. Also realizing how many turrets they have left, it's only the inhibitor left to defend RRQ Hoshi as well as Bigatron, but right now Vin already receiving so much damage here. But you can see here Sorizo trying to defeat Skylar in the back line. He is going to be taken down now, and now they have the man advantage. R7 trying to be the best of it all, receiving the hefty amount of damage. Actually able to zone away and make the plays here happen for the side of RRQ Hoshi, but not for long, as it is going to be that Immortal being popped up. R7 is going to be taken down, and now they have an equal amount of options here for RRQ as well as Bigatron. Who is going to get this Lord? They are still in that area. Bigatron Alpha has the better setup for now. Skylar, Lemon, Albert, as well as Vin looking for the proper engage. But look at the damage onto Key. He's almost taken down. He has to be very careful with the snipes that could possibly come in from Skylar. This is
Lemon.
the calm before the storm! But Lemon! No, wait! It's gonna be Skylar able to take away this Lord. And now RRQ Hoshi is going to be leading here with a Lord setup, as although they have to lose Lemon in the process.
Huge by Lemon again. With one play is able to secure the Lord for his team. He didn't get the Lord, but he enabled that Lord steal from Skylar. He pushed everyone away with the heavy spin, knowing exactly what ultimate to take. BTR didn't have the heavy spin onto Max just yet. It was still on cooldown from the fight earlier, and now it's RRQ who are looking to take the game down, to take and secure it.
Oh, the timing, man, the timing. And now Lord is evolved, but it seems like Bigatron, they are putting their bags in one basketball outside.
No.
They might get
Casino
punished.
play is going to happen here, but it is going to be Max able to disengage from the setup coming in from RRQ Hoshi, but Moreno might be caught here. R7 still able to get away, even though he is absorbing the amount of damage. That was nearly a mistake from
Almost.
Bigatron Alpha. Nearly, and very nearly.
They need to look for those fights though. It's really good for BTR. It was nearly a mistake, but at this point, you know, they really need to look for those fights to turn the game around, because if RRQ can have a 5-man push with the Lord, they're going to be able to maybe end the game here. It is an evolved Lord, not an enhanced one.
Okay, Evolved Lord here is still up, quarter HP. There you go, he falls, and Bigatron with Moreno, as well as, of course, Sorizo is able to defend the Lord. that is evolved. It's a reset once again, but take a look at the damage by Skylar.
God, Skylar. They were all grouped up, and he was able to get that snipe on to Marky of all people. How is he having so much damage, Gunny?
Hunter Strike, Malefic Roar, and as well as DHS. I mean, he sold his boots already. So another thing to add, full items, only Wind of Nature, that also adds physical attack. So practically a whole lot of attack items. Plus that has Clow can provide
More
sustainability as well. And take a look on the other side though. I mean, Sicilian is just stacking up, sold his boots as well. And he opted for Enchanted Talisman. So interesting approach. I myself personally would favor the Holy Crystal. Perhaps he is on his way on towards Holy Crystal.
For BTR though, if you take a look at Marky, right, he has the Wind of Nature, has the Athena Shield as well. He got the Malefic Roar to get some more penetration there, as he has the 3 core items to deal damage. So it is going to be coming down to, again, Moreno. If RRQ can take Moreno down in this team fight, then they might have, well, they will have a slight advantage in these team fights. But the thing is, if Moreno is able to just utilize this immortality, the sprint, and play it very safely from the back, it's going to be very hard for RRQ Hoshi to actually dive onto him. And he deals so much damage with his Divine Glaive and with, obviously, his stacks that has just been culminating all throughout the game. Now, at the 24th minute of the game, I really wonder, I want to know how many stacks he's sitting at, because he's dealing so much damage every single team fight.
I agree. I mean, it's just a matter of timing here. Now RRQ, they really need to find Sicilian, who is already using that Immortal, but a concealed play.
A concealed play, as they are going to be able to stun and almost zone Vin out, but the time journey does get popped off, and that is a huge resource wasted by RRQ Hoshi. So look at this, R7 already going and zoning away the members from the side of Bigatron Alpha. The Lord already taken very low, but this time around, Albert is actually going to be able to secure the Lord for themselves. Moreno, though, able to get a comeback with Vin taken off the board, a man advantage, but Lemon goes down too. 3 versus 5, a Lord on the way. Bigatron Alpha, they might want to go for that one straight push in that mid side. They're completely ignoring that Lord marching down in the bottom side. Sorizo already going into the base. The tower is going to fall as well. Skylar is able to secure the flicker away from that situation, but look at this. Albert already stunned up. The crossbow attack actually gets popped, but look at the Winter Truncheon Clutch coming in from Albert. He is able still to juke away to defend once again, as RRQ Hoshi denying that opportunity away from Bigatron Alpha.
How did they defend that? It was BTR's game to win. Bigatron Alpha made the right decision going for the 3v5, but they still are unable to find it, and Key falls as well here in the top side.
Key is going to be taken down for sure, as Albert is on a killing spree, and that is another member, though, taken down from the side of Bigatron Alpha. RRQ Hoshi already rushing to push with the Lord already in that bottom side, but let's see what they can do with this. R7 pushing there in the top side, R7 as well. Vin, Skylar, as well as Albert here in the mid side. They are trying to deny the pressure, but look at the damage output coming in from Moreno. So Rizzo trying to deal enough damage, trying to take it away, but look at this. Max, he goes in for the heavy spin onto Skylar, and Skylar will fall to the hands of Marky. And once again, Bigatron Alpha have done it. They've made a mistake, but they've defended afterwards as well.
26 minutes and we're still going strong. Ladies and gentlemen, BTR pulling the defense right after RRQ does the same. And man, it's 12-11. It's as close as ever. The goal lead that RRQ has right now, 3.9k, doesn't really mean anything. We've reached a point where all items have been built. So the goal lead does not play any significance to the game right now. It's all going to come down to, again, execution. And fatigue is going to be in the questions of all of our heads right now, as BTR and RRQ are going for a very prolonged game.
Man, a Sicilian once again. If we're talking about long games and you have a Sicilian, it's just, heavily favoring yourself, heavily favoring your team. And if you take a look earlier, Sicilian bought Demon Shoes, so perhaps he will sell that Enchanted Talisman. We'll have to wait and see what item is he brewing. But take a look at this. Base turret top side is going to be the target. Once again, RRQ defended that base turret. But man, what a game we have here right now.
Let's see, again, Bigatron Alpha and RRQ Hoshi. Let's talk about the winning conditions once again. BTR need to really protect Moreno, and I think their composition actually suits it really well. Now that I'm thinking about it, this Popo and Koopa pick that was questionable at the start is looking very, very strong with the CC that he has, and especially with Koopa having just another target for RRQ Hoshi to be aware of is very, very good. Especially now that you have Marky, who's constantly playing with Moreno in the back, providing the support instead of just dealing out damage. They're really just banking on Moreno right now. Marky has the crossbow tank to feel for Moreno rather than going for kills.
Have to see here, real-time win probability still heavily favoring RRQ. But I guess you're right. Just like what you said earlier, Athena, it is just a 50-50. Now, Lord, it's just a bait.
Oh no, but look at this. Alfred is going to be the focus of all the damage coming in from BTR Alpha, and if he goes down, they won't have a chance at this next Lord. Look at the damage coming in from Moreno, as it is going to be once again Lemon being taken down, not just yet, as the Immortal is going to be popped. But looking and realizing this, it is a double kill now falling into the hands of Moreno. Skylar is able to get something, but he goes down with a lot of damage. Max's immortality gets popped off, but once again, two members are going to be taken down here. BTR Alpha have the man advantage, and it looks like they are going to commit onto this one.
70 seconds on to the death timers, ladies and gentlemen. BTR Alpha looking for one straight push, pushing in that mid lane. The real-time win probability does not matter. They're looking for it.
Oh no, Vin! Vin is going to get caught into the clock, but look at R7 trying to go for those amazing plays. The Falling Star Moon onto all the members from the side of BTR Alpha. You have to be careful about the minions. Max already zoning Skylar away. Skylar not having a good time. He is trying to dish out the damage, but the base is going to be the target at the end of the day, and they have done it against all odds. Bigatron 1 versus 1.
The equalizer coming back in the game after RRQ's